Okay, it is 7:02. Welcome everyone. It's nice to see people in the room for the regular town council meeting Monday, April 13th, 2026 for the town of St. Paul. At this time, I'll do a call to order. Mr. Simmons? Here. Mr. Trevino? Here. Mr. Graham? Here. David Dryden? Here. Larry Nail? Here. Okay, we do have a quorum. Everyone is present. At this point, if everybody would please stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. This time we have an announcement on May 16th from 8 to 12 noon. The town will host its annual community cleanup event here at Town Hall. Residents are encouraged to bring general trash, bulk items such as furniture, brush for disposal, no hazardous chemicals. We don't take that, or tires. Please note that certain items cannot be accepted at this event as I spoke. And it's going to start promptly at 8 o'clock and go till noon. We did it last year for those that took advantage of it. It's always a good thing. The cul-de-sac will be paved by then, so everything has been cleared with Weber and TxDOT, so we should be able to operate from there. Please remember, if you do use that, we don't have St. Paul Butcher's Block anymore. You have to come St. Paul Road around. That's the only way in. So anyway, so at this time, agenda item number 4, if you're reading the public comments, I have several people that have put letters in to speak at this time. Mr. Ellis Mearworth, if you would like to stand up and address the council.
Mr. Mayor, council member, my name is Ellis Mearworth. I live at 1430 Lakeview Drive. My comment is regard to the debris pile at 1455 Lakeview Drive. It's been there for going on 6 months. And I've submitted, I don't know how many phone calls to this office. I don't know how many pictures I've sent to this office. I've submitted a citizen complaint form, and it's still there. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. I'll bet you if this was by one of your house, next door to one of your house, it wouldn't be there. It wouldn't be there 2 days. Y'all would have it gone. But in our neighborhood, it's still there for 6 months. That's all.
Thank you. Okay, appreciate that. We do have that on the agenda coming up further down in the meeting. So, but I do appreciate your comments. Ms. Hall, if you would please stand and give your address.
I'm also on Lakeview Drive, 1456. I'm right across the street from the house in question, the 455. Same issues. I only recently got submitting the complaint, but the problem is with the wind and the rains, since it's not even in a dumpster, and it's, I'm sure, hopefully you've seen the pictures that we've all submitted. It's just a free-form pile, and it blows up and down the street. So it's relying on us to take it out of all the storm drains and all the cisterns, and besides the eyesore, and you know, it's just it's a water issue because none of the water can run off properly with everything clogged up. So glad it's on the agenda for tonight. I hope you just consider your neighbors.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Reynolds, name and address, please.
1441 Lakeview. I'm 2 houses away from the house 1455, and we've had our house on the market for a year, and we've had not a lot of traffic through that area, but the one person that came through said it's kind of junky around here, and I truly believe that it has affected our sale. She was interested in the property, but it is very junky, and I agree with her as far as trash. If the wind picks up, there's trash everywhere. So I'm really disappointed. Whose responsibility is that to take care of that?
We'll speak on that on the agenda. I can tell you that St. Paul has never had code enforcement to date. It does now. We've had a gentleman that could send letters out, but we never had the ability to abate property or fine property. We never had a municipal court. We never had the prosecutor that it takes to do that. So at this time, we do. It has been put together, and so it's taken a while to get that up and running, and I believe it is up and running now. And so, again, that's why the agenda item is on there tonight. You'll hear us speak on that tonight. And
Well, I disagree with you on that because there's been a couple of neighbors that have had grass up to here and we've reported it and they got a citation and they did mow their yard. So before you took over, yes.
Okay. Before I took over, I used to help Travis with the code enforcement. That's what I did here.
Okay.
And so I was the one that wrote the first letter out. I called them happy letters. And I tried to be polite, but I would remind people that it's time to mow. Your grass, our grass ordinance is 12 inches. And I would make sure they got those letters and then got a second letter before it went to Travis. We don't have that third person doing that anymore. But we still have Travis on board. And so again, it's been a process of trying to figure out how to streamline the whole new process that we put together here a year ago. And so we're finally there. Bids have been taken. Things are moving forward. You should see some action pretty soon.
Good.
Yes, sir, real quick.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to reclaim the balance of the 3 minutes. Part of what you said is accurate, part of it is not. We had a court arrangement with
A judge.
Judge Terry Douglas before this current council took office. And he was willing to come in this town on a PRN, as needed basis. Wasn't going to charge a retainer, wasn't going to do anything. We only had to pay on a PRN basis. So when this council took office, that got shoved aside, and it took us a year to get a deal worked up with the quote-unquote partner court, and the trash is still there.
Understood.
And Terry Douglas was unresponsive for over a decade, so I don't think we can claim that we were using Terry Douglas. I can tell you that. Unresponsive.
Again, all I can tell you is we hear you, we're working on that. It's finally up in a position to where we're going to be able to start making those decisions.
I would like to bring up another point of interest. We were told early on this problem with 1455 Lakeview that multiple letters had been sent to the owner, but then they had been returned because the owner has his address listed on Collin County CAD as 1455 Lakeview Drive, which is not the case. And they say, and then they said, I was told that we couldn't find the owner. I don't know who was searching for this owner and everything, but I looked at the Collin County CAD and I got his name and I Googled his name and I found him in like 10 minutes. Why couldn't you guys find him to contact him? Did months and months and months have gone by, and now we finally got a resolution, and it could have been resolved maybe months and months ago had an effort been put forth by the staff here or somebody, the code enforcement officer or someone, to find this dude. He's on the internet.
Okay. Who have you been talking to?
Pardon?
Who have you been talking to with the city?
I've been talking to that lady right there and Scott.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I do appreciate that.
Can you clarify, is this the first time that this property's been on a council agenda?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Ms. Glaze,
Yes.
name and address, please.
2301 McCree. I don't live by Lakeview. I am here to object to the variance on Meadowlark on the lot size variance request, that I am against it. As y'all have stated, all the lots need to be 1.5, no matter who you are or where you are, and I just wanted to state that that's how I feel it should stay.
Okay. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Steve Reed.
Thank you for listening, Mayor and Alderman, I appreciate it. And I know that you've been working on the trash pile. We live right, Steve Reed, 1465 Lakeview, so we live right behind the property in question. And I won't beat a dead horse on the trash pile, but it's, except to say that, you know, I don't live in a castle, Sterling and I, but we do take care of our property. We mow it, we keep the trash off of it, the branches, things like that. And so when we're driving or walking our dogs, it's just depressing. And it's not only the trash pile, but it's the grass. And I know that you mentioned, I'm glad that you mentioned the 12-inch rule that's under St. Paul Code under Health and Sanitation, Division 2, weeds, brush, and unsanitary or objectionable matter, Section 6.04.031. It talks about grass shall not grow in excess of 12 inches in height, or grow in rank profusion on such lot or premises, or permit rubbish, brush, or other objectionable, unsightly, or unsanitary matter whatsoever to grow, accumulate, or remain on any property. So the problem I have is that, you know, our property butts right up against the old Gibson property, and there used to be a fence there. And so Sonny and I knew he mows on his side of the fence and I mow on my side of the fence. But now that he's taken that, well, several years ago, that fence was removed. So I just kind of guess it. But I just don't have, you know, I've got 2 acres that I'm trying to mow myself, and then we hire guys to come in and do the trimming. And on the other side, you know, where the ditch runs underneath the bend on Lakeview, under the road, all that, it's just grown. I measured it tonight, it's about 27 or 30 inches tall. And then we drove kind of around and we noticed that, you know, around the whole property, it's just, there's just junk and trash. Like they used to have an outdoor dog, I don't know what you would call it, a structure, chicken wire basically, that they kept their dogs outside all the time, rain or shine, cold or warm. And that never was removed as they were kind of starting to remodel the house. So that's just junk, for lack of a better word, garbage, that's also over there. And then, so I would ask that you, while you're having somebody come to remove the trash, that you hire somebody to cut that land. It's going to take a brush hog at this point. I mean, I tried mowing it with my with my zero turn, but it's just too tall and too wet. The other thing is, right across from our property is the Corps of Engineers, I believe, property. Do you have any responsibility for that at all?
The Corps is a funny animal.
Okay. So,
In short, no, we don't. We don't have authority to even step foot on there.
Yeah, that they won't even let you trim a tree limb branch.
okay, because they used to come out for the first 5 or so years we lived here, and they had this vertical thing that would come up and just shave all the trees across, right? And then they would take something that would just cut all the stuff out of that ditch. Well, now, those things in the ditch are this tall, and we look out our living room window every single day at these dead branches, or whatever, I don't know what they are, but they used to be weeds, now they're just dead branches, it looks like. And it's just all across that area. It looks terrible.
Is this,
And
Alex, could you call the Corps on behalf of the city?
If you take a note, let me know, and I'll run out there and talk to the captain that runs the Corps, see if they have that ability.
Their maintenance ability?
Yeah, their maintenance section with that, they can come down and maybe trim that up for you a little bit.
Okay.
Or, it's hard to get permission, but if they can do it, then we'll see if we can't get them to do it.
Okay.
Then I'll come by your house and tell you.
All right, I've gone out there myself in the past and picked up all the trash out there because people just throw stuff out the window. It's a great spot for doing that. Beer cans and I can't tell you what all. But then I've also pulled those things out one at a time along that whole thing, but I just shouldn't have to do that.
Okay.
So that would be nice, thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? I do appreciate everybody. I've got your information. We will definitely follow up. Again, there's an agenda item if we're talking about 1455. And so that'll be something we actually address some tonight. So I do appreciate everyone being here to speak. We do hear you. We are listening. We are trying. So we'll see what we can get to from there. Do you still want to bring up the BOA first? Yeah, as far as that goes. So since we have some people here and the owner of 2502 Meadowlark, at this time, we can go ahead and do the public hearing portion of the Board of Adjustments meeting.
Is there some reason those minutes of January 12, 2026 are not on the town website?
January 12th.
It's 2026,
I can take a look, but
they're not on there.
I will take a look.
Yeah, okay, got you. All right, does he have? Yeah, there it is, okay. At this time, we'll go ahead and do a call to order on the zoning board of adjustments meeting. We'll kind of flip gears and go to that. At this particular time, it is currently 7:18. And so, a call to order for the Board of Adjustments meeting, Robert Simmons.
Here.
JT Trevino.
Here.
Justin Graham.
Here.
David Dryden.
Here.
Larry Nail. Okay, Kent Swan, the mayor, is also here. We do have a quorum on that. Number 2 is the minutes, consideration and approval of the minutes from the BOA meeting held back in January 12th of 2026. If you guys would take a look at that.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes for January 12th, 2026.
Do I have a second?
Yeah, it may not happen.
I don't.
I know, I'm seeing my guy doesn't have it either, but I can go print them real quick for you guys.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Table that one.
I think we need to.
Are you sure they're not up in the other section of minutes?
Special.
Are they in our package?
That's why I went to 5-2 to start with. It's not real like that.
While she's printing those, can we approve the next item?
We can, we'll come back to that. Item 2.1 we'll come back to. At this time, we'll open a public hearing once again. 3.1, conduct a public hearing on request for a variance submitted by Mahomes Builder concerning property at 2502 Meadowlark Lane, comprised approximately of 0.986 acres. Mr. Mai, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Mai is requesting a variance from the required minimum lot size of 1.5 acres for residential construction. At this time, 7:20, we will open up a public hearing again for anyone who wants to speak on 2502 Meadowlark. You want to say something real quick and we'll get to the owner?
Isn't there an existing house already there?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And are you going to tear that down and rebuild?
Yeah.
Is there a septic system on there you're going to reuse?
Yeah, I replaced the new system. Yes,
You're
ma'am.
replacing?
Yeah, replaced the new system.
Another acre. Okay, that's all I want to know.
Okay, thank you.
But for the record, your stance was you didn't approve, you don't approve of him.
No, I still do not.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Mirable.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The information I saw was that the proposed house is going to be like 4,900 square feet.
It's still around 5,000.
Where are they going to put the sprinkler system for the effluent, for the aerobic septic system. Because a 4,900 square foot house has got a pretty big footprint. So where are they gonna spray this stuff at us?
So on any new build in the town of St. Paul, when it comes to the septic, that goes before the county. The county's the one that looks at a system, the lot size, the dirt, concrete, whatever it might be, and they're the ones that make that judgment of what type of septic system they can run. Used to, we had leach lines. Black Mud doesn't do leach lines. It went to the aerobic. They've got some new underground aerobic systems, some other things, but that's the county. So before a house, if you wanted to build a house, before that could proceed,
Right.
you have to get your approval from the county, OSSF, for your septic system. So that would be
Do you
addressed.
have your drawings? that you
Yes, sir, I
submitted to
already
the county?
submitted to the county.
Have you got it approved?
I'm still waiting for it.
So
So
be ready
you'll hear
by-
from him in a minute. So, but yes, to answer your septic question, that is something the county does, and that's something that has to be approved before this board.
And when did that go into effect?
I'm sorry?
Has that always been that way?
Yeah.
Long time.
That's not an experience
Couple
that I
decades.
had gone through at all.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
couple of decades. It's been
That's
like that.
curious, interesting.
Collin County got reassessed by the state.
I'm Allison
15 years
McIntyre,
ago.
1415 Lakeview Drive. So they split this, what's going on the other half?
I'm sorry, say again?
They're gonna split this acreage in half, basically. And they're gonna put a house on one half, what's going on the other? This is the first time I've heard of this.
I'm not
No,
aware
it's
of
not
a split.
There's nothing,
So they're still putting the house on the 1.5, or is that just an under acre parcel?
That particular lot is under 1 acre.
It's under 1 acre?
Just barely, it's 1 acre.
Especially.
The 1.5 is the
Is our
town's
normal.
ordinance, correct.
It's our normal?
Anything other than 1.5 is considered a
non-conforming.
non-conforming lot.
Ms. McIntyre, can I get your address?
1413 Lakeview Drive.
Okay, thank you.
Was the plans in the packet for?
It was only online.
So is there any way you
Yes, it
can
should be
show
there.
the plans?
Very back.
No, I know, but I'm talking about
For them, it was online.
Yes. So the variance is for a much larger house to be put on the property instead of just using the existing one.
No, the variance is because it's under 1.5.
Okay. And
Yeah,
that's the only
it
reason
doesn't have to do with the house, it has
Technically, a house of
more to
any
do
size was gonna have
with
to
the
be
lot
Was
size,
supposed
that's
to be
correct.
like
variance approved.
That's a large house.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to get that clarified.
Well, thank you.
First
So
one-
are you in favor of the home?
I am
or not?
against it. I'm at the corner of Meadowlark and Lakeview.
What was the size of the lot before TxDOT took?
It was never 1.5 acres from origination.
I understand.
It was about
In
one
the
to
county,
six.
you say 1.5.
It's not 8.6.
It was probably about, it would have had to have been about the same size as my lot was, maybe 1.1, maybe 1.3 at the most, but it was never 1.5. I know it says that it's 1.57 on the CAD, but somebody's just been paying extra taxes on it for all these years.
What's the existing square footage of the house?
About 1,600
Okay.
per the CAD, so we just take that with a grain of salt.
At one point, there was
Did you say that
confusion
existing
over
house
with
is
the,
1,600
excuse
square
us,
foot?
Hang on, Mr. Mayor, if you don't mind. Just,
the property line goes to the street, or is it a private?
it's about 15 feet off of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Or if
The
you're looking for the
property line.
right of way, is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about on Meadowlark.
The property lines go to the middle of the road.
To the middle of the road.
In that whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's no setback. I mean, the property line goes all the way into
To the middle of the road, yes, and per their site plan, they are able to meet the setbacks.
Okay.
And what kind of distance between the house and the back of the property line? It's fuzzy on the plans that we have.
It does meet the setback?
Yes, it does, if you look.
Yeah, it means it's setbacks in the front. I'm just wondering how, for the concerns over the septic,
It
what's
looks like it's
the
about-
distance between the rear structure of the house and the property?
Okay, so this is the
Around
back,
180?
this is the back of the lot here. So I know when you look at it, you want to look at this is the back of the lot, but this is actually the back
No,
of the
no,
lot.
that's what I'm looking at. There's a
Okay.
line
Yeah,
that
so it's
that shows
about-
the distance, but it's blurry, and so it doesn't show
Yeah.
in our packet, so we can't see what the actual, what the distance is.
It's more than 50 feet.
At this time, since we're questioning Mr. Mike, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you'd like to stand up and address the council and tell us about your house. Sorry about that. Board of Adjustments, I'm sorry, yes.
This is on my, I'm a custom home builder. I just bought this lot last year, and I would like to take this one down and build my dream home, which is about 5,000 square feet. And at the beginning, I didn't know my lot is smaller than 1.5 acre. I didn't know anything about that because this is the first time happening. And would like the city council to approve my plan and build my dream home. That's all.
Have you been told or explained anything up to this point by staff here or anything?
No.
Okay, fair enough on that.
When you purchased the home, you didn't know what size lot you were purchasing?
The lot size is 1.5. When I get a survey from the agent, it's 1.5.
Did you submit that survey when applying for this variance?
I'm sorry?
Did you submit your survey when applying for this variance?
Yeah.
Alex, did the survey say
I have the
1.5?
original survey.
No, he's talking about when he purchased the home,
Yeah.
he was given a survey from the seller's
Yeah,
agent
from the seller
that says
agent.
it was 1.5. He had a survey done before he closed on the property, and
And
there
they
is
handed
a
it-
copy of that in your packet.
There is.
Okay.
Yes.
That's where we got the 986.
That's why I was asking what it was before TxDOT took it over.
Yeah, it-
Because there is a lot of frontage. Along that edge.
absolutely. I mean, I can find the exact number for you, but
And did you say you
Oh, I
were
was
trying
never
to
an acre
build
and a half.
4,000 or 5,000? Can you clarify?
49.
49.
49.
And it is one
Two-story though, so it's not-
two-story.
it's
No,
not-
no, I understand, I
But its
just,
footing is smaller than 5,000.
6,357.
Is this for your primary, or is this going to be your residence?
Yeah, my primary is using.
You said you filed the OSSF already?
Yes, sir.
How many families are going to live there?
and is that your, and I'm sorry that if it feels that we're all asking you questions, or it's because we are. But your septic system, is it, it's aerobic, correct?
Yeah, aerobic.
And is it in-ground aerobic, or is
In-ground aerobic.
it is in-ground aerobic?
Yeah, yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you for the clarification.
How many bathrooms are you gonna have on this?
It's a 6 bathroom.
6?
You must have a large family.
That's,
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this a single-family home
It
let's,
is single family.
yeah, it is a single-family home.
with 6 bathrooms?
That's
Yes.
correct. So, do you have anything else you'd like to ask the Board of Adjustments?
Yes.
Okay. Is anybody explained, this is his time right now, Mr. Middleton, I'm sorry. Has anyone explained the whole variance process to you?
I just know a little bit about it.
Okay. Scott walked you through it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, excellent.
So I just want to clarify, to build a house of any size, to build any house on this lot, it has to be, a variance has to be approved. Correct?
correct.
So
Even
this-
less
This is
square
not, it's not really the size of the house that's the issue, it's just the lot itself.
Yeah, this
I
is
think
size
that if
of-
they were to build the same footprint, they would not, but since they want to go larger, is that correct?
Okay.
So same footprint, they would not have to do a variance.
Correct, because that's what the code says right here. It's existing building in the same footprint, or in the same footprint.
So I know in your neighborhood, there was some grandfathered lots, I think from 85 back, because they're really small over there. So in this case, if we have a lot, when did the 1.5 zoning actually come in St. Paul? And if a property is dated further back from that, does that change anything on that, Clark, as far as?
I don't know when it came in.
I mean, Alex, we're trying to look that up.
Earliest is 2000 that I found.
The houses in my area were built, but they're not, I mean, along what you mean by grandfathered in, they'd still have to come to us for a variance if they wanted to make it larger. It sounds like that's the way.
Correct, correct.
When did you purchase your home, Mr.
I think it's last year,
Ray? Last year, do you have a date, a month and a
May,
day?
I think May last year.
Last week?
Last night.
Oh, May.
May last year.
So you had already purchased it with, a TxDOT had already taken their easement, their part?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I was only asking to see if TxDOT had already taken their frontage, their part of the land that they claimed. Okay.
So this is 17.2 in the code, residential building or accessory located on a lot less than 1.5 acre. Acres may be repaired, rebuilt when partially or wholly destroyed by fire, elements, or other cause, provided there's no expansion of building size. So that's destruction. Existing uses. Any non-conforming use shall not be expanded or increased beyond a lot or tract upon which the non-conforming use is located, except for provide off-street parking or off-street loading space.
Can I ask one more question? On the measurements down here, it's got house and then it's got garage.
Ma'am, it's his turn to speak. If you don't mind, let the council or the board finish with him.
So, Alex, there's not any, other than the house itself, there's not any other variance requests for setbacks?
That's correct.
For
We did have him,
septic, there's not any other variance that's being requested?
not at this time,
It's just the house itself?
correct.
Okay, thank you. Did we get any other homeowners in favor or against the comments?
I have one, yes, I have one sheet here that they emailed in.
That's about Lakeview.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay, I stand corrected. No, we did not then.
So we've got a couple of homeowners that are directly next to this property. Any oppositions that you would have?
I'm Ken Lawrence. I live at 2503 Kitty Corner from the property across the road. My lot is 9.98 acres. I don't have a problem with a house going in to facilitate use of that property to improve what's already there.
Thank you.
So we've had a lot of issues. I've been here multiple times trying to get grass mowed and things like that, so it can't be any worse. It's got to get better.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ken, appreciate that.
You're directly across the street, so
I am.
you would be seeing this. Can you give me your personal, because you don't have to, but can I ask you personally?
I agree with Ken. I'm happy to see a home there that will be enjoyed by a family. I've met Mr. Mai and his wife, and they just had a baby, and I think they'll be a great addition to the town. Not excited about the construction, but you know, it comes with the territory.
Thank you.
Mr. Ellis?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Is this house going to be owner occupied?
Yes, sir.
You're gonna live-
I'm the owner.
You're going to live there?
Yeah.
You're not going to flip it?
No,
You're not going to sell the house?
sir.
So it is a single-family residence?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Single family?
That is correct.
Well, I'm totally against the variance, and here's the reason why. The town ordinance says an acre and a half. And our neighborhood has already been faced with the consequences of not modeling a decision according to the town ordinance on Cary Lane. This town let that slip through, the 8,000 square foot, we call it the La Quinta Inn, the mini La Quinta. And it's still not finished. That thing has at least 2 kitchens and about 7 or 8 bathrooms, 2 or 3 living areas.
With respect, that's not part of tonight's discussion.
Yeah, we've already,
I understand that, but what I'm telling you, what I'm trying to get over is if we keep allowing these variances, our neighborhood is gonna go hell in a handbasket.
understand.
We
And I've got you down as against.
we're trying to protect their.
Yes. Yes, ma'am?
Okay. Is there any way that I can get an answer if the garage and the house is one unit or two?
The garage is attached to the house.
It's part of the
So
home.
it's underneath the house, so it's all just one unit?
Yeah, one unit,
Okay,
everything
thank you.
together.
Are you for or against?
Okay,
Okay. Mr. Basher?
Mark Basher, 2525-1. The house off West Shore is probably more of a Robert question. Did that one get a variance?
Which one?
Off West Shore? Down there?
There's two houses there.
I guess the most recent one built.
Yeah, it got a variance.
I mean, we did it for that one. That one's a tiny, tiny lot. I don't see.
Well, one case to the other is really,
Each
they're
one
all,
is a separate.
each one's a separate one. That one was interesting.
No precedence.
Mr. Ma, do you have anything else you'd like to present?
No.
Okay. The board have any questions of Mr.?
I do, Mr. Duran. When did TxDOT come in and start claiming property in y'all's area?
2019, 2020.
Okay. Okay.
And so I have a question. So the Board of Variance, we're members, they're supposed to be looking for reasons why, the reasons need to be a hardship. And so have you, I noticed that the form does not list a hardship. Would you like to verbally try to discuss your hardship?
What does this mean?
Means that you have to prove that there's a hardship is the reason why you need a variance.
Oh.
Did you like to, the form doesn't state the hardship. So I'm trying to find out what hardship you want to recite.
Our instructions do say the zoning ordinance, it can be when the zoning ordinance prevents any reasonable use of the lot.
Is that what he's citing?
I'm just stating what our instructions, it's not purely, I mean, there are hardship type of things, but this is, you know, if our ordinance doesn't prevent a reasonable use of the lot, that isn't it. Or there are instructions, a valid reason.
There is a house existing on the lot.
1,600 square foot.
Can I ask a question of Clark? Prior to your serving with the town of St. Paul, when we had our other attorney, he explained it back then that as long as someone owns the lot and they can meet the setback requirements, 20 foot either side, 50 off the front, we can or cannot tell them they can't build. You know what I mean? Can we tell them, I'm sorry, even though you're under that 1.5, if they can meet all the other town requirements, does that factor in at all in having to come before a variance or a hardship at that point?
I think that's a reasonable interpretation.
Okay.
Does this meet the setback requirement?
Yes.
Yes, I asked that. There's no other variance request being asked other than just building a home.
Correct. We had the building plans double checked by BV to confirm there was nothing else.
So our engineer and
OSSF has cleared it.
No.
His OSSF is pending.
It's pending. Was the location of the septic system moved?
I didn't see the septic plans in here. I would imagine it's going to be a whole new system.
Right.
Can we table this until
Until it's-
OSSF has been?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we table this entire discussion. What is this? 4.1
That's
based,
key.
yeah, based on, until we know what the pending results are for the OSSF.
Well, we don't have any authority over the OSF. That's all.
But it
it's all
could
county- it's all
it could
county and
influence our
state.
decision.
Right, but it would,
How are we supposed to consider that?
because it, well, I mean, if it's not within the setback.
If you can't get it approved, then it's a non-issue for us.
Either way.
Yeah.
Even if we gave a variance and it's OSSF is approved.
No?
You could do it contingent on it being approved. That is one option.
Yeah. I made the motion.
A second.
Okay, I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nay?
Okay, motion carries.
I'm sorry, was the public hearing actually
Closed.
I believe I made a mistake there. I apologize.
Sorry, if you don't
Yeah.
mind, just,
The public hearing is closed at this time. 7:42.
Would you like me to remake my motion?
yes,
I'll remake my motion that we table the discussion for the zoning board of adjustments 4.1 pending the results of the OSSF.
So,
All in favor?
Aye.
Nay. Okay. We have one nay from Robert Simmons. Do you have any questions? Do you understand what they just voted on? Until your county does your septic system.
Yeah, just wait.
At that point, you can come back
Yes.
and we can hear it at that time. Okay? So at this time, do I have a motion to, the minutes? We didn't have the minutes for this, did we?
I could not find any, so I'm
Okay.
assuming that they had not been prepared.
Okay.
First, we got to take care of 2.1.
Okay, well, since this is pending, can we,
Hopefully find a
since we're gonna have to come back up for 4.1?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, I'm sure we'll come back at the next one.
So table 2.1.
Yeah.
A motion, we table 2.1.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries.
A motion, we adjourn the board of adjustments.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, board adjustments is closed. So now we go back to the regular agenda from the regular council meeting at this time at 7:44. Consent agenda. The consent agenda will be considered for approval through a single motion that includes routine items that are typically non-controversial in nature. Any item on the consent agenda may be removed for separate discussion at the request of a council member, town administrator, or any member of the public. So if you'll take a look at 5.1 through 5.5.
5.1 still doesn't have our month-to-month cost like we asked for the last 4 months, maybe 5.
Alex, I know that you were called to this last minute, but do you know where those are?
I don't, the packet was.
So what
was
we've
already
repeatedly requested from Scott is specific monthly reports.
Okay.
And once again, they're not in here.
Okay.
So,
I'm just gonna make a note.
So that would also impact 5.3. That was the reason we didn't approve February.
5.3, 5.4, and 5.5, correct?
5.4 is the special meeting. 5.4 have financials in it? Okay, so.
that'd be okay approving 5.2. I'll review that.
That's the one, yeah, we had that.
I'll approve 5, I think we're okay with 5.4 as well.
I'll make a motion, we approve 5.2 and 5.4.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 5.2 and 5.4 are the only ones that are. Did you get two motions?
Did
Alex?
we skip, did 5.3 get tabled?
Yes.
Okay.
So we were tabling 5.3?
5.3 and 5.5, along with 5.1.
Okay. Why were we tabling 5.3?
Financials, same reason.
Same reason? Okay. Hey, Alex, I just wanted just to bring it up. Mr. Ellsworth brought it up, that January 12th, 2026, those meetings.
Is that a Board of Adjustment meeting? Or is
No,
that
it's a
meeting?
regular council meeting.
Regular meeting?
Those minutes, you said you were going to put them on. You were going to put
In
them in the packet.
this packet?
Mhm. You sent an email, or sorry, my apologies.
No,
I
those were for
apologize. Scott said that he was going to provide those.
Yeah, it was the ones I asked about.
Yeah.
Which months and
I thought you asked about the
JT,
February,
which
all the
months?
February and
So
March
the
ones.
months of January 12th February 9th, February 18th, March 9th, April
Well,
6th.
we can't post February 9th because we haven't approved them yet.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that they were supposed to be provided in the packet.
Okay.
Yeah,
That I did
Mr.
not-
Neal asked for,
Yeah, that I
asked
did
for
not
them.
know about.
Yeah.
But I will go in the morning and I will make sure that any meeting minutes from the 12th that are approved.
I
will be
apologize.
posted.
April 6th, you said that you were going to provide that.
For January? Okay. Apologies.
No, it's okay. Yeah, all of the minutes will be hopefully approved on today's meeting, so.
Okay, I just must have misread that. I thought it was just for these 3 that are in here now. I didn't realize it was a 4th one.
Yeah, so let's,
Do you need him to send you a reminder?
yeah, let's just,
I wrote it down.
yeah, let's
Okay.
just make sure it's again, Jan 12th, February 9th, February 18th, March 9th, and then, of course, April 6th got canceled, so.
Okay.
So we're not approving the agenda, I'm sorry, we're not approving the minutes from the regular meetings because we haven't received the financials?
That was my question.
What does that have to do with the fact that we have the minutes, they look to be accurate? So
We don't
it
have
seems
them.
like we can still approve the minutes. Doesn't mean we are not asking for the financials to be delivered.
You only want to approve that single one when there's all these that still need to be approved, everything prior to, so you can spot it. So we've got, again,
Yeah, just,
January.
well, the item at hand that's on the agenda is regular council meeting minutes, and it seems like that we have those, and they seem to be accurate to me. I get that there's still outstanding information that we want from.
There's outstanding information prior to that one as well.
Right.
If we want to just approve that one, we can go through that one and approve that one.
I think that we should be approving minutes unless there's something wrong with them. And even then, we could, usually they're so small, you can just address what the items are that are wrong and with corrections.
Don't you think that the financials should be all included in that same approval so that it doesn't get lost in the shuffle?
The minutes are an artifact in and of themselves, and we've got
Correct.
an attorney here, he can talk about it. But all the minutes are doing is saying that we were here and who was here and what was done. Of course, we have the recorded version as well, that gives you more detail, so the minutes by state law don't have to be comprehensive, they just need to be generalities, general summaries, if you will.
I agree.
And at that point, we've got
You can approve the minutes, you can make a notation or a comment statement tonight that there were things that were requested to be in those packets that we want.
I agree with Mr. Simmons.
Yeah, I'd like to motion that we approve 5.3 and 5.5.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 5.3 and 5.5. So 5.1 will be the only one.
So now,
Is that correct?
yes. So does that make sense to you? That looks like-
Yes.
There is actually a March 31st balance sheet and a March 2026 P&L. It's just not in the same format as everything else. It's not a budget comparison, it's just a P&L statement. So there is an actual monthly report for March. It's just not the same format that we have for everything else.
Do we think that's acceptable?
Or do you want it in the same format as everything else?
Well, I mean, it's up to you guys. We got, the other format shows expenses compared to budget and over and under. All we have for March is just the expenses, and there's no budget information. So it's just, it's a difference, it's partially there.
Yeah,
It's just not.
right. It doesn't show that it's being managed, it just shows that it's being reported.
Correct.
The actual agreement.
So I don't think we can really look at it and give a good fiduciary approval of it.
Right.
Without all of the information.
So we leave 5.1 off,
Yes.
okay? At this time, we'll move on to regular agenda item 6.1, discussion and possible action regarding code enforcement and the abatement related to the property at 1455 Lakeview. Floor is open for discussion. You've heard from the public on this matter. Alex, is there anything you'd like to explain on this at this time? Where we stand?
No, I mean, if you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. I did provide a summary of kind of the events as they have transpired to the best of my ability and knowledge. A lot of the delays were just due to the prosecutor changing, having to get him up to speed with what's going on. He was out of town for a week, and then Travis was out of town for a week, so it was just kind of hard to get everybody on the same page there for a while. That was pretty much the whole month of February, was trying to get all that coordinated.
And I think if y'all remember, we passed a policy on timelines for dealing with these particular kind of properties. And so somewhere, I talked to Alex earlier, it wasn't just the prosecutor, but somehow we're gonna have to streamline that. It was 14 days for the first, 14 days for the second, and then 28 days before it gets to Travis and we start this process. In this particular case, it drug on a lot longer because of the prosecutor, first time St. Paul's really done this. So because of that, we're ready to proceed forward, I believe, at this time. I know there were 4 bids turned in.
And I think that it's important to point out that we were asked vehemently by citizens to allow for that timeline to be so much longer than it was originally. I remember it being a very
Correct, we just
strong
went,
request.
I believe, to 120 days, Scott said, on this,
Yeah, it's definitely been a
which
little bit
is
over.
a lot longer than a month.
Right.
So
Well,
I can understand why the
I'm not
public.
saying that this is okay in this instance.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it has been extended to double what it was originally because of the desire to allow for citizens to have much longer periods of time to clean up stuff.
Agreed. Alex, did the correct address get found and updated?
That is the address that's listed on the CAD. We are obligated to send the notice to the address of public record, which is the address on the CAD.
I would, let's also look into, since the grass height was mentioned in here, and I know that in our areas of concern, it's not cited that we've even acknowledged the grass height. I know that we're seeking for abatement to clean up the property, but let's go ahead and notate that. And if that requires reaching out to the DA, and if they're requiring an entire separate citation for that, let's look into that, because I'm certain that we need to have all our ducks in a row for something like this in the future, especially when we have 6 citations issued and
Yeah, it does state that we posted it on the property, the legal notice.
We actually did it multiple times.
But it was like literally put on the door.
We've put it on the door. I've driven by a few days later, seen it removed from the door.
I'll just, in case everybody in the area does not see the nice bright red sign on the property.
Which I did note was
And what
gone.
is that for?
So this is for your 1455 Lakeview viewing pleasure. So
But the red
it's the
sign
citation that
stating
was-
what?
the red sign is stating that they have been cited, a citation has been issued, and we are working with our court system that is,
Oh, okay.
that has a district, that has a
Prosecutor.
prosecuting attorney to, for the city to step in, since they're not stepping in.
Okay.
Is that on the door or is that on the
This is
lawn?
this is on the ground, this is on the lawn, so.
I mean, I live across the street. I think I live
I've not
across the street.
seen
it. What's the date of that
It's
picture?
gone.
It was on the 16th.
It's still there.
March 16th is when it was put out.
So it's amazing that I never see anyone working there, but they're able to collect that sign. Like, that's amazing.
It has been cited, and they have been notified, and the signs are getting
It's
removed.
no reflection on you. I thank you for showing us that sign.
Yeah.
It makes me feel better. I'm thrilled that you've cited them 5 times, but,
So,
Can I get
inspections was,
somebody's best guess?
I brought this item up mainly because there's been some issues that have kind of slipped by the council. Y'all may have been busy with work and things of that sort. And so I've seen this, I asked Skylar about this a while back, kept asking about it. Some of the council wasn't aware, so when Scott first mentioned to me that he was ready to go to the prosecutor before, since this is the first time that we've actually done this, I wanted council, all the council, to be aware of 1455, the first one St. Paul's dealt with a new prosecutor, a new court system, fines potentially on this particular individual. I want y'all to be aware of all the efforts that's gone through to notify, that we've done everything we can to try to be, to get this resolved without having to spend money to go to a court or prosecutor. And we're just at that point with this particular property at this time. That's why this is on the agenda tonight.
Appears to have a homestead exemption. So it's on the property taxes.
is the,
So you should be
still
living there.
abatement or?
So no, to address your concern with addressing you formally, there is a legal process now that is involved, and right now we are at the cusp of that legal process. So, as soon as you know something, we will know something.
Another 2 or 3 months then.
Understood.
Is the next step abatement or
Understood.
not?
Yes, the next step is abatement.
So we pay someone to go pick it up?
Right, and that's the 4 bids that we have
We
to
need
clean it
Do we
up.
need a motion here to move this forward, or what?
You can't see it from all the trash.
We do. Does he have a motion in here?
I don't know.
I don't think we do.
I don't think
That's
we
just a staff decision?
I think it's mainly a staff decision. It was just one of those, since abatement was brought in there, which we're talking about liens, again, I just wanted council to be aware. If y'all wanted to make a motion, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, staff can proceed forward with this.
Right, so that was the other thing, is I didn't want to address it on here, I guess, since you opened the door, I'm going to go ahead and address it. We were supposed to be notified before any the citations were issued. That's what we discussed last council meeting, is that correct? Do you remember?
I don't remember being for this particular issue.
No, it was just in general, before any citations.
From a homeowner, it was supposed to go to council first.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That is a true statement.
Okay.
Because we did not want homeowners getting citations out of the blue that we weren't aware of.
Right. And this is one of those, if we've got 6 citations sent?
They're not all citations, they're courtesy letters. There's only been 1 citation issued, and it was issued on March 29th.
Okay.
Right, but I know Travis, when he gets involved, this the 3rd round of letters, and after his language changes, he gets a little more stern, as he should,
Correct.
proceeding down that road. So again,
Correct.
the council needs to be updated, and we've gone, that's why every month I've asked for the code enforcement for this month. Who got letters, what addresses got letters, so that we're aware. And I still don't have them in a packet. They've never been included.
We got this one right here.
Yeah,
We got
this time. But I'm just saying, in the past, again, 2 years, and I kept asking for that.
So the citation issue, so you're only saying we've only
I'm sorry?
sent 1. So is that why there's only 1 legal notice posted on property, but I see 6 citation issues on this? So is that incorrect?
There's different addresses on this list, they're not all the same address. So for 1455, here's the legal notice that we posted on 316, and there's the citation, so it's only 1 citation.
Right, so then go to the next page. So are those citation issued, what does that mean then?
These are for different properties.
But so a citation has been
Correct.
issued? Okay, cool.
Correct, these are for commercial properties.
Right, no, I wanted to make sure that.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, that reflects March and the first round of letters that went out in April.
Okay, good deal. The
And
only
just-
clarification that had to be.
And just for council's information, most of these that you see in your packet are the same properties that we deal with year to year. So it's pretty consistent.
So you got the note to do something about or put a note about the high grass, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So next step is abatement. Do we need, I heard, we need a motion or we don't need a motion? We don't.
We don't at that
That's a
point, the
legal-
process
that's
is
a legal
already in there.
process.
Good,
Yeah,
there we go.
so we can move on there without a motion.
Start
I mean, that point of
The
170.
citation is a legal
This-
thing, the abatement isn't. It's just,
It's a lien.
Mr. Clark, can you clarify?
Yeah, good.
Put the bill clean.
The question I have is, for staff, is which of these estimates would be used? Which of these companies would be used?
That I don't know. I know Scott obtained most of them, and I think you got.
I have one that I included the same day on the 20th.
Is there like maybe a budget y'all want to stick to? Because I know that was a part of the bigger conversation, is that we're gonna have to eventually add something into the budget.
so the mechanics of this, we engaged with somebody, they cleaned it up, we put a lien on the property, and it gets cleaned up quickly.
Right.
Because, I mean, that can be done fairly quickly, correct?
Correct.
So, and then the fines is something, how does that play into this equation as well? The fines have already been issued?
Hold on the
Okay.
fines, because he's still on the which one are we going to select.
Okay.
So,
It may be helpful to authorize the abatement or which company you're selecting.
okay.
Oh, out of the 4 bids?
Can we add that into, are we prepared, do we have all of that information in front of us? Do we have all the bids?
As far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about the bids? Is it appropriate to ask a question?
Keep it short, please.
So I want to make sure that the expectation is set, whoever's doing the job, that they're not just going to remove the garbage.
That's correct, that's already been discussed.
Can they remove the other things on the other side of the house and any garbage basically that they find?
It's already been discussed, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Does anybody have any experience with any of these?
Not me, guy.
The one that I got is a
Got two here.
younger gentleman that just started a company a year ago, him and a partner, and he was willing to come in and he bid it, and it was about $900 cheaper. That's, I don't know, I think Scott got another one that's within 500 of him.
Yeah, it's
But I think she said he was still the cheapest, but I met the gentleman a couple of times. He's a nice guy, honest. That's a
So,
good thing.
like John King says, they're licensed and
He's got a
insured,
crazy name on his company.
Wait, Cal?
Yes.
Okay.
but that doesn't claim to have licenses and being
But
insured.
he will not be, I don't think you need bonding on trash removal. Do you, Clark?
It's not legally required.
Okay. My opinion was if we pick the low bid, if any of these, all four, if they're all good, and you pick the lowest bid, then when we apply the lien to this particular property, trying to regain our money, if this continues and we end up with more and more and more liens, then we want that renewal of that lien, whatever, to be the cheapest expenditure to the taxpayers while we're still getting that cleaned
Can we
up.
authorize staff to spend up to a certain amount and fund whichever one can do this the fastest?
Yeah,
That's what I'm interested in.
because we've got one from Dallas, we've got this one over here, and we've got one from Wiley. Something tells me that Wiley's probably gonna be able to get to it faster.
Yeah, because the concerns of this taking months is
Yeah.
valid, so let's get.
I know the Waycal
So let's,
gentleman was 2 days out.
I'll make a motion that we, let's go with the one that is the fastest. I believe all of these we're okay with the budget,
Sure.
with the pricing.
Yeah.
Everybody okay with pricing?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll make the motion that we approve the company that can get out here the fastest. Let's go ahead and reach out to starting with the local company first, the one that's based out of Wiley.
So up to $4,000.
But up to $4,000 is what, to do the entire job, through and through.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. I hope that answers your question.
What's the approval process? I mean, when he gets through, he's going to bring a bill up here and give it to the city. Are we going to go inspect it to make sure the job is complete, or we just pay $4,000?
Well, that would be code enforcement, so, right, we're gonna get code.
So our code enforcement can go.
No, as far as the cleanup goes, that, before they get a check, then we'll get our town administrator, Alex, somebody from staff here will go by and visually look at it to make sure that it's complete.
I can let you know.
I understand. I understand, but we'll take care of it, and, and again, we're working on it as fast as we can, so I hope that helps in some way.
Appreciate it.
So moving on to item 6.2, discussion of possible action regarding interlocal cooperation agreement with Collin County for ad valorem tax collection services. Any discussion points on this? It was in your packet. It's about $150 more this year than last. It's just an ILA with the county.
Mr. Griggs, you want to say anything about that?
Scott Griggs, Collin County Tax Collector. I looked at, when I first took office, I let everybody know that I was looking at this because the fees hadn't changed in 3 or 4 decades. And just the cost of doing business. Postage, rent, salaries. I also looked around at all the surrounding counties. Most people are at $1.40 a parcel and above. And I felt that based on the split between what the county's paying and what the entities were paying, that $1 was a fair assessment on doing that. We collect over almost $5 billion total. What I collect on Monday is balanced on Tuesday, and I have it in your bank account by Wednesday. The efficiencies I put in place and controls are there, I think are second to none. I would appreciate, I would be honored at the opportunity to continue to serve the city of St. Paul.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So is that up for negotiation?
I could actually justify a higher rate, but I didn't want to go from what you were at to, to an excess of $1.40 or whatever. As long as I will promise you, I do everything within my power to cut expenses in my department. I cut my supply budget expenses by nearly $10,000 just stopping some auto shipments of some books that people never looked at. They can look it online, yet we were getting auto shipments.
So this term is going to be good for essentially 1 year, correct?
I mean, it's renewable every year. It's the standard language that we set it down unless one of us are dissatisfied, it will auto renew. I'm not anticipating continuing to go up unless my expenses excessively go up.
If we, agree to a 3-year term or a 5-year term, is it negotiable?
So, not currently within the contract with Vegas
Okay.
Bridge. But like I said,
I had to ask.
I have no intentions. I mean, if I'm not doing a good job for you, you have a chance to get rid of me in 28.
No,
I hope that's not the case.
But I have to ask, right? So these are our taxpayers and our taxpayers.
Absolutely. And that's one reason I was trying to be fully transparent on what it was going to cost you based on current values, and number of parcels. I want to be clear on that. So of course it could go up if you've got any, I don't know the breakdown, but anytime you split a lot or split a field, instead of sending one bill, I send two. Some of these big fields that I send one now, next year I have to send 400 because they put 400 houses on that lot.
Right.
On that parcel. So based on the number of parcels going up, it could be, but like I said, I'm doing my very best to cut the expenses at my level, and so that I don't have to raise.
And I'm just trying, I'm just trying my best to make sure that we keep our.
Absolutely, and that's, I really went over these numbers over and over and over, and figured out, software, as you can imagine, the software maintenance agreement on the software we use is over $250,000 a year. Salary for everybody and the ability to collect, both in Plano, Frisco, and the McKinney office, those just continue to go up. So
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I tried.
Any other questions? Yeah, you did. How long was it at 75 cents?
I went back in the record, it's been well over 3 decades, over 30 years. But he said that he was the highest in the region, and he just never increased it.
We'll get 20 years out of a dollar. Right?
That's why I asked for one.
I understand.
Again, I tried.
Well, he did shake his head.
My goal is to keep it at there as long as I possibly can.
Thanks for coming out.
No, thank you.
I'd like to motion that we accept the interlocal agreement with Collin County for ad valorem tax collection services.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you very much for coming. We do appreciate it very much. Item 6-3, town administrator's not here, so you can ask something to Alex if you feel the need.
I added the code enforcement report for y'all.
The what?
I added the code enforcement report as part of the monthly report.
Thank you.
Measure 6, due to time constraints, I was unable to include all the reporting data I had intended for this month's update. Okay.
So, Alex, do you know if our lawn care and all that was dropped or not? Did that contract it?
No, we still have it.
He's
in
still
place.
with Lawn Tech.
Okay.
And
I have no further questions. Let's just see.
I still have not
It's
gotten
not
an
very
answer.
reassuring when I read the first line.
Text, I don't know.
I'm
the meaning
unable to
yet.
include all the
Trying
reporting
to get
data.
them to give us a check.
Yeah,
Marshall.
let's make sure that we don't walk past that. I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
You said it, kind of under your breath, but we need to make sure it's on the record that due to time constraints, this is from the town administrator.
The update from the town
The update
administrator.
from the town, due to time constraints, I was unable to include all of the reporting data I had intended for this month's update. So if there's any specific areas where you'd like additional detail or clarification, or if there are topics not addressed in this report, please feel free to reach out. So just want to make sure that's for the record.
I'd like our monthly budgets to be monthly. I'd like them included at a bare minimum so we can approve them.
Okay.
Mayor, the next item is item 7, closed session. There's a item on there under section 551.074 of the Texas Government Code for discuss or deliberate regarding personnel, including the town administrator. The town administrator has requested that those discussions take place in open session. And so I'm recommending that the council honor that request and take that item up before we go into closed session.
Do we need to make a motion to bring it out? Is that what you're asking?
No,
Okay.
just have that item in open session now.
Okay.
So in light of that, I'd like to raise some points of concern over our town administrator, Scott Albert. So I'm going to read some statements. This action is not based on a single disagreement or isolated event. It's based on an ongoing documented pattern of deficient performance, poor judgment, failure to follow direction, mishandling of sensitive matters, unnecessary confrontation, and resulting loss of confidence in the administrator's ability to continue serving effectively. A central concern has been repeated failure to provide the town council with basic information it's directed staff to provide. The record reflects repeated absences of monthly administrative reports and monthly financials from council packets over the last several months, which impaired oversight and our body's ability to carry out our fiduciary responsibilities. The record also reflects repeated failures to carry out assigned responsibilities and follow direction. These concerns include delays or failures relating to road maintenance coordination, completion of approved construction work, planning and zoning training, Everbridge emergency communication administration, court-related administrative responsibilities, agenda handling, and other core operational tasks expected of the town administrator. Another major concern is the administrator's handling of sensitive and legal matters. The record reflects disclosure of internal and work product communication to outside parties, unilateral external communications on contentious matters, and contemporaneous email exchanges disclosing confidential information when the town administrator has been instructed in writing to cease doing so. That conduct created unnecessary legal risk and reflected poor judgment incompatible with the position. So that the record is not confused, these concerns have no relation to any reports of illegal conduct to law enforcement. There have been repeated process failures in development, zoning, permitting, and application matters. These concerns include mishandling of a sign variance request, inability to competently address basic aspects of a fence perimeter matter, and communications with a developer that raised concerns about bypassing normal planning and zoning review and improperly suggesting that the staff gather views from individual members and relay them back to the developer. We've seen a pattern of unprofessional, combative, and undermining conduct towards officials, residents, vendors, contractors, and others. The record includes disrespectful communications with our mayor, a heated vendor incident over irrigation work, a property owner's written account of disparaging remarks about town leadership, and encouragement of litigation against the town, and resident complaints describing insensitive handling of public concerns. There are multiple reports that the town administrator has made statements to residents that the town should unincorporate, meaning that the town should no longer exist. Taken together, these incidents show a recurring inability to represent the town with professionalism and discipline that the position requires. Reliability and accountability are also part of the problem. The record reflects a no-show at regularly scheduled council meetings without notice, failure to timely answer council financial questions, and documented concerns that paid time off in 2025 was not accurately tracked or timely requested in accordance with our policy, including several non-emergency absences taken on short notices. These matters further undermine the confidence in the administrator's reliability and compliance with ordinary administrative requirements. Additional concerns include poor stewardship of public resources and poor prioritization. The record reflects leadership having to redirect the administrator away from routine errands towards higher level responsibilities, to emphasize more cost-effective methods for basic tasks, and to question unnecessary involvement of the town attorney in matters where no formal complaint had been filed. Those concerns were especially troubling when paired with the repeated failure to produce required reports and other core work product. These concerns were not limited to one's official's perspective or any isolated event or conduct. It is a much broader pattern affecting governance, internal processes, public interactions, and the town's legal and operational exposure. The town must be able to rely on its chief administrative position to communicate candidly and professionally, follow lawful direction, protect sensitive information, manage staff and processes competently. Also steward public resources and maintain the confidence of both the governing body and the public. Based on the documented pattern before it, the government body has no longer has the confidence, and removal is therefore necessary in the best interest of the town and its residents. This situation involves, in closing, it involves more than a disagreement in style or personality. It reflects an ongoing pattern of poor judgment, failure to follow direction, mishandling of sensitive matters, deficient reporting and follow-through, unprofessional conduct, and a loss of public and institutional confidence. The town's chief administrative official must be able to carry out the council's direction faithfully, protect the town's interest, and represent the town professionally and effectively. Based on the record before us, that confidence is no longer existing, and I believe removal is necessary. I move that the town council and the town of St. Paul, Texas, adopt a resolution declaring a lack of confidence in the town administrator, Scott Albert, and remove him from his employment with the town.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Okay. At this time, we need to take just a few minutes break. Clark, if I could take you back in the office with me. So we'll take about a 15-20 minute break at this time.
Recess.
We're back to our regular council meeting at 8:39. At this time, do I have a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make a motion to go to executive session.
Mayor, you need to read this section numbers.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're correct. Thank you, Clark. This time, motion been presented for executive session as authorized by Chapter 551, Subchapter D of the Texas Government Code. The regular meeting will be convened into closed executive session under the following exceptions. Texas Government Code, Section 551-071, consult with legal counsel regarding pending or contemplated litigation and/or on matters in which the duty of the attorney to the governmental body under Texas disciplinary rules of professional conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflicts with Chapter 551 of the Government Code, city codes, regulations, and ordinances. Lakeview Shopping Plaza Incorporated versus the Town of St. Paul, Texas, cause number 416-08904-2025, 416th Judicial District Court, Collin County, Texas, town boundaries, taxation matters.
And you do not need to read the next exception because we're not going to discuss personnel matters.
Okay, we will not be discussing personnel matters. On the next item, solicited Texas Government Code Section 551-074, discuss and deliberate personnel matters, legal counsel, town administrator. That will not be discussed in the executive session. Do I have a motion to go to executive session at this time?
I will make a motion that we go to executive session.
Okay, do I have a second? Second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, this time we go into executive session, 8:41. Is it on?
Yep.
Okay, we're returning from executive session with the regular council meeting for the town of St. Paul. It is 9:01. At this time, item 8.1, discussion of possible action on items considered in executive session. If you take a look at 8.2, discussion of possible action regarding ordinance declaring area receiving longstanding treatment as part of the town and being included in the town's corporate limits, Lot 2A and Lakeview Business Park.
I'd like to make a motion on that one. I make a motion that an ordinance of the town of St. Paul, Texas, declaring area receiving long-standing treatment as part of the town and being included in the town's corporate limits.
I'll second that motion.
We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Larry? Aye. Okay.
Larry was an aye.
Motion carries. Who made the first and second, I'm sorry?
I made the first.
That's right, Justin and JT.
There's nobody outside, correct?
Do we need to repeat anything?
Was that recorded?
Yes.
Okay.
We do A3.
8-3.
Mr. Mayor, based on our audit and our discussion at our last council meeting, it was presented that there was some concerns over boundaries and maps, and I would recommend that we authorize a request for qualification for professional services and basically hire a new engineering firm to confirm our town boundaries and maps.
I'll second that.
Do we, before we do that, can I ask a question? Do we want to also include zoning based on that old map to be included with that as well, since we're paying a company to produce those maps?
I think you've got work to do on both fronts.
Okay. Okay, let's keep it simple. I'm sorry to bother you there. Please make your motion again.
I would like to make a motion that we authorize a request for qualification, an RFQ, for professional services to determine municipal boundaries.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries.
So does that mean town staff, mayor pro tem, who will initiate?
I will get with Clark or David, and we will work on this RFQ.
Okay.
At that point, then we'll, after that, I guess we would reach out to several engineering firms that specialize in maps, and we'll take bids and try to push that along as fast as we can.
Yeah, we'll want the council, we'll have to bring that back to the council once the RFQ is prepared for you all to approve it, actually going out in this final form.
Any other items before we adjourn?
Yeah, so since we took the action of dismissing our town administrator, I think that we need to take some actions in the future to deal with, near future, I guess. Perhaps it can wait until the next regular meeting, but to appoint the town secretary and also potentially look into rescinding the role of the town administrator as a potential discussion item.
You want to place those on the items for next agenda?
Yeah, for the next agenda. I don't know if we can take any actions now or if we even know what those actions are. I just wanted to
Be sure to send Alex email follow-up on that, please, so that she can make sure it's on the May agenda.
Do we need a special council meeting? Do we need this to happen?
We could, I suppose.
Well, we've got, who's going to sign off next council meeting for the new elected officials?
Yeah, that's why we need to take action pretty quick, but I think we
We
could
have
do
to
it.
have a town secretary to sign off on that.
We could probably do it at the beginning of that meeting, just make sure that she's now considered the town secretary. That would probably be sufficient. But if we needed to meet prior to that, I'm open to that.
Is the term acting town secretary appropriate?
Yes, that's what's in the state constitution.
And you could,
Or in
that position, the town secretary is not on the agenda for tonight.
Yeah, but like it's the administrator and the ordinances around the administrator all had to do with it. But yeah, I don't think we can necessarily take action tonight. But,
No.
but to answer your question, the municipal code for our town in the state municipal code calls out a town secretary or city secretary.
Yeah.
So we don't have to create or eliminate that role.
Does the mayor have authority to appoint one in the interim?
Not unless the council delegates that authority. I wouldn't recommend that. I think the council as a full needs to take action on designating a new town secretary.
I mean, I will reach out to some sources, see what I can come up with as far as a temp goes. If I'm able to do that, then we'll call a special meeting. We'll make that, bring it up for Robert starting and get that taken care of as soon as possible. I'll start reaching out tomorrow, first thing tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Did we miss anything, Clark? Did we miss anything?
No.
Okay. I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Okay, meeting is adjourned, 9:07. Thank you, gentlemen.